What up, y'all? So, I am just getting off work. It's 3 a.m. Unfortunately, I'm working 58 hours this week. They got us on, instead of 4 10s, I'm working 4 12s and a 10 on Friday. So, I'm not going to be able to do as many, if any, videos this week. So, one, I wanted to let y'all know that. Two, I'm just going to do a little quick one for you. It's going to be some craps etiquette. Anyone that's played craps a while probably already knows these. They're just not just etiquette, but kind of some things that's going to happen to you at the table that you should be ready for. But I'll start with the etiquette part. First big one is don't throw bets late, like when the shooter already has the dice, because it's probably a superstition thing, but it seems like when someone throws a late bet, especially right when a guy's about to throw, it seems like they 7 out more often than not. But not only that, like you kind of get in the shooter's head, you know what I mean? Especially if it's a guy that's trying to rhythm roll or like dice control or whatever, or just even a regular shooter. I mean, if you got someone throwing down a bet right when you're about to throw, it's going to kind of throw you off, or you're going to stop your motion, and it just kind of pisses people off. Especially if you throw it in the way of where they're throwing and it hits off your chips and then 7's out, you're going to have the whole table mad. But, so we got that. And then next, don't throw your money down. Don't throw your money down on the table in the middle of a shooter. Even if it's a hot shooter or whatever, like, you don't have to get in on that guy, you know what I mean? Because it stops the game, it slows it down. If they're on a hot roll, and even if they're just random rolling and they happen to 7 out on the next roll, they're gonna blame you, or they're gonna look at you, maybe give you some stink eyes, or maybe someone will say something. But always wait until the next roller. There's a small exception, maybe if they cover a number and they're passing out all the money that they owe people or whatever, maybe you can sneak it in real quick. But if you're going to do that, ask the shooter or ask a couple people near you, mind if I get in. But the safe bet is just to wait until the dude 7's out. That way you don't have anything to worry about. You can just put your money down and with no worries. Also, if you're playing the don't pass, don't be that guy jumping up and down yelling if a dude 7's out, because everyone else at the table is going to be pissed at you. Nothing wrong with playing the don't pass. You are going to get some stink eyes if you do, but whatever. But just don't be the one acting like a fucking fool. You know what I mean? If they 7 out, don't be that guy jumping up and down. You're the only one jumping up and down. The rest of the table's pissed, because then you'll get some people saying some stuff to you. But yeah, so that's just basic etiquette. Anyone should be able to kind of figure that part out. But should go without saying, but there's always those guys out there. Sorry, I got my phone down. I got a cop in front and behind me, so you're kind of just staring at my GPS. But yeah, so that's all the etiquette I got right off the top of my head. If you guys see any or if you see anything that I missed, feel free to add it in the comments. I might think of something off the top of my head as well while I'm speaking this next part. But next, I'm going to go with kind of stuff you can expect to see. I have a lot of strategies, as you saw, where I'm pulling down bets, like after a certain amount of rolls. And the dealers and especially the box man does not like that. They don't like seeing all your money coming off the table after you've made some money, because they want to recoup some of that. So you're going to get random, they're not going to like talk shit, but they're going to be like I'll pull off a middle 44, I'll pull everything off, and they'll always say, well, never pull off the 6 and 8. And then if like a 6 or 8 hits right after, they'll be like, I told you. But if a 7 hits right after, they're not going to be like, oh, good call. They're just going to be like, I told you if a 6 or 8 hits. So that's something to look out for. Don't let them talk you into playing more than you want to play. If you got a certain amount of rolls you're going to go before you pull your money, go ahead and pull that. All right, the cops left. But yeah, if you got a certain amount of money or rolls that you're going to go, and then you're going to pull all your money off, Don't let them talk you into playing more. So say you pull off the 6 and 8, and then they roll 2 or 3 more 6s and 8s, and then you're like, oh, that dealer was right, and the next time when you normally would pull off, you don't, and they 7 out right after. That is what it is. Don't be afraid to miss out on some money, quote unquote, because more often than not, that money you're, quote unquote, like I said, missing out on, you're going to make that up and then some on the times you're pulling off after a set amount of throws. So they're always going to throw those little jabs at you. They're not really going to talk shit, but they will throw a little "I told you so" if a 6 or 8 hits right after you pull it. Some other things to expect if you're trying to dice control or rhythm roll. Really, if you're just rolling for a long time, or you're just, even if you're not setting the dice or anything, and you're just hitting the same spot with your dice every single time, and you're on a long ass roll, the stickmen will start to jab at you a little bit. They'll like yell in your, not yell in your face, but they might yell like, the point is 9, the point is 9, over and over and over. They're going to do anything they can to kind of get you out of your groove. So just be ready for that. Maintain focus, zone it out. I try not to listen to anybody when I'm throwing. Like, even my friends, I might give them a high five if I've covered a few numbers, but like, I don't look at anyone, I don't talk to anyone. When I'm shooting, I'm in the zone. I'm not paying attention to shit other than trying to keep the same mechanics and keep hitting the same spot, shit like that. So, I mean, also, I've only seen this happen once or I think twice, definitely once ever, where this guy was, I don't know, he seemed to be dice controlling. He was setting the dice, he was hitting the same spot. He had hit a 5-point fire. He was 1 away from the 6, and he had the number to cover the 6 number. Like, he just needed to cover that last number. I don't remember what it was. And the stick man was kind of being a little bit of an asshole. If you're tipping, that's more etiquette. Make sure you're tipping the dealer, especially if you're pulling your money off a lot, because they already don't like that. But if they're getting money from you, like from tips, they're going to be a little less likely to bitch at you, because if you're giving them money, they're going to be happy at the end of the day. So the more you make the dealers like you, the less chance you have of them bitching at you. So yeah, make sure you're tipping, man. Especially if you're winning big. If you're losing and then you're trying to recoup some, maybe you throw them a buck, 2 here or there. But if you're losing big, I mean, you're probably not going to have a lot of money to tip. But if you're around even, or you had maybe you're down but you had a real good shooter, throw them a couple bucks. And if you're up big and you just won a huge amount of money, throw them more than just a couple bucks. Throw them a 5, a 10, maybe a 25 if you really caked up. But just keep them happy, and they're not going to treat you like an ass. But yeah, so anyways, one time this guy was rolling forever. He was 1 point, or he was on his last point to cover all 6 on the fire bet, and it was like some baseball type shit. Like, the box man, no, it wasn't even the box man, it was the pit boss, came over and he was watching, because this guy's been rolling forever, and he almost gave like a baseball sign, like, to the stick man, and the stick man smacked the dice off the table on purpose, like blatant as fuck. Smacked them off the table, and they picked up the dice, and before like the shooter could say same dice, they pushed him a couple new ones, and the box man then checked the dice for the serial numbers. It's probably something they do after like a super long roll or during one to throw you off your game, get you out of your rhythm, and 2 to make sure you didn't slip in some new dice or whatever. So I wouldn't say that was the stick man's fault. It was definitely the pit boss. Like, he went like some shoulder brushing type shit, and looked right at the stick man. Stick man looked at him after the next roll, smacked the dice right off the table, and the box man checked them. They pushed him 2 new dice. The dude didn't cover his 6 number, which who's to say if he would have anyways, but it was definitely something I've never seen. So I think I have only seen it once. I think I've heard about, maybe I've read somewhere about it happening somewhere else as well, because when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is going on here? So that's something to watch out for if you're on a super long roll, but I've literally only seen it ever done one time. and it was a guy that rolled for at least 45 minutes, and he was about to cover his last point on the fire bet. So, but he covered 5, so it was a good payday for us all. But yeah, so that's kind of stuff to watch out for. So basically, make sure you tip your dealer. Don't throw your money in after they say dice out and push the dice to the shooter. Don't throw a late bet. Even if you feel something and you were right, you're still going to get some dirty looks, especially from like people that have been playing craps for a long time. If it's a table full of like drunk people in Vegas that are just learning craps, they're probably not going to have an idea. But if you're actually playing a lot and you're playing with some guys that know the game, they're going to give you some dirty looks, especially if they happen to 7 out right away, whether it was your fault or not. There's a lot of superstition there. And third, don't throw your money in the middle of a shooter down on the table. Wait till they 7 out, or if they cover a number and you're near the shooter, ask them if you mind if you jump in. But the safe bet is just to just wait till they 7 out and get in on the next shooter. I mean, there's nothing that says you got to get in right away. You know what I mean? Sit and watch for a minute. Observe the dice. Observe what's going on at the table. Maybe you notice you know what I mean? Maybe you notice something. I don't know. Maybe you see how the table's bouncing. If it's a casino you've never been to before and you're trying to dice control, just sit there through that first shooter and watch the dice. Is it a bouncy table? Is it a hard top table? Is it a super bouncy table? Just sit and collect some info and then jump in on the next shooter. So that's all I got for you. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to put out another video until at least Saturday. This is fucking up everything this week. I got 58 hours, like I said. I mean, it'll be good when the paycheck comes, but it's screwing up my practice. Now I'm going to have to try to wake up early and still get all my stuff done before work and then still have some time to practice because I am exhausted right now. So I'm not going to practice tonight. And if I do practice, when I am practicing this week, I'm going to really try to focus in on practice. I'm not going to have a lot of time to practice, so I don't want to waste any time by making videos or strategies, because that'll take out of my limited amount of practice time anyway. So sorry to say it, folks, but yeah, I probably won't post another strategy or video of me shooting dice until Saturday. And hopefully I'll be able to on Saturday. Hopefully I'm not just catching up everything with my life, because I'll definitely golf Saturday morning, but Saturday night, hopefully I'm going to try to get something out. If I get lucky and get off a little early on Friday, maybe I'll be able to put something out on Friday, but I'm probably not going to be able to put anything out on Friday. Or up until at best Friday, probably Saturday. So shout out to all the new subscribers. Appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate all the comments talking about my strategies, and a couple people have tried it. One guy tried it, Joe Jakovich, fuck, I don't remember. Something like that. Joe J, we'll say that. And one of them didn't work for him, and the strategies aren't going to work every time, like I said. I think the strategy he tried was the don't pass middle 44, pull after 3 hits, and he said there was 4 straight come out 7s, which that's literally the worst case scenario with that strategy, especially 4 straight come out 7s. That really damages your bankroll when you can't even get any hits, because you can't. I mean, I guess he could have. Nah, never mind. I was going to say, I guess he could have had the middle 44 working, but he would have just kept losing it every time. So, yeah, I mean, that's the killer on that strategy, man. I'm not, like I said, no strategy's perfect. It sucks that he really didn't get to try it because of the 4 come out 7s, but that's the type of shit that happens sometimes. So, sorry about that to him, but yeah, man, I hope you try it another time, and I hope you have success with it. That's one of the strategies I like to use a lot, and I typically do have pretty good success with it, other than, like Joe said, the times that you get a lot of come out 7s or 11s. But come out 11s aren't as bad, because you can hedge it with like $2 if you have 30 on the don't pass, but you really don't want to hedge with a $2 11 and then a $4 7, because if it doesn't happen, you're already down $6 on the shooter trying to make an extra $6, you know what I mean? So that's part of the game. It's unlucky, it's unfortunate, Any other time you like to see the come out 7 and 11, but sucks to say that it happened while it was on the don't pass. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I think I've responded to every comment. If I've missed one, I'm sorry. I'll check again when I can, or send me another one. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Some people are liking my strategies, others are finding small tweaks. I'm cool with all that. I like any interaction. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Sorry I won't be putting out a lot of videos. I keep dice in my car. Maybe if I got some time on lunch break, I'll go through a couple dice sets that I like and give you the reasons I like them. Maybe I can put a couple short videos out throughout the week, but it's not going to be any long strategy or shooting videos. So sorry about that, but I appreciate you guys, and I'll be putting some more stuff out when I can. Peace.